the trembling of Persia. You are central to this moment in history. A blood-red moon has appeared over America. A great shaking is unfolding in the east. Scripture declares that a remnant people hold the key to what comes next. On the night of March 3rd, the moon turned deep red across the skies of America. Anyone who looked up could see it. That crimson glow was not just another natural occurrence. It was a sign, one written thousands of years ago in the book of Joel. At the same time, the ancient land once known as Persia is undergoing a powerful transformation that is reshaping global dynamics. The heavens are speaking, the earth is shifting, and the Bible reveals that a specific people are connected to what happens next. This goes beyond politics. It goes beyond science. It is the convergence of three prophetic signs in a way not seen before in modern times. What you are about to understand will connect that red moon in the sky to an ancient promise about a people whose awakening unlocks the next chapter of history. Stay with this from beginning to end. Each layer builds on the last. By the time you finish, your perspective on the sky, the world, and even yourself will be different. Thousands of years ago, the prophet Joel described a night just like this. He wrote of wonders in the heavens, of the sun darkened and the moon turning to blood before a great and significant day. This was not poetic language. It was a warning, a signal. And in early March 2026, that exact phenomenon occurred, a total lunar eclipse, where the moon passed fully into Earth's shadow and turned deep red. Millions saw it, yet few recognized its deeper meaning. Why is it that news outlets explain the science, but ignore the scripture? Why do they discuss light and shadows, but not prophecy? Because if people connected the two, they might begin searching for answers beyond what they are told. What makes this event even more striking is its timing. After this eclipse, there will be a long pause, years without another total lunar eclipse. In scripture, the number 3 often represents completion and transition, a period of waiting before fulfillment. So, what does it mean when such a sign appears and then silence follows? It suggests preparation, a final alert before a shift. This is not speculation. It is astronomy aligned with ancient writings. The same pattern referenced in Joel was echoed by Peter and even by Jesus. When Peter spoke on the day of Pentecost, he quoted Joel and declared that those events were unfolding in real time. He connected the signs in the heavens with a spiritual awakening among people. That pattern matters, because throughout history, these signs often coincide with moments of transformation, times when something new begins. Now consider what is happening in the region historically known as Persia. Changes are occurring that affect global systems, economic, political, and social. Long-standing structures are being challenged. Stability is shifting. Historically, when Persia rose or changed, it often played a role in altering the fate of certain people. But today, the pattern appears different. Instead of one system replacing another, multiple systems are being shaken at once. This suggests something deeper, not just replacement, but reset. Around the world, we see signs of pressure, economic strain, rising costs, uncertainty. These impacts are not equal. They tend to affect the most vulnerable the hardest. Yet Scripture speaks of a distinction, of people who are preserved even while the world around them shakes. Isaiah described a time when darkness would cover the earth, yet light would rise upon a people at the same moment, both happening together. This is not a time for fear, but for awareness and positioning. If the heavens show signs and the earth reflects change, there is still a third element, people. Specifically, people who recognize their identity and purpose. Throughout Scripture, transformation often begins when people awaken, when they understand who they are and act accordingly. The story of Esther illustrates this clearly. She was placed in a position of influence within a powerful system, not by accident, but for a specific moment. Her decision changed the course of events for her people. That same principle applies now. Being present in this time is not random. It carries meaning. Another example is found in the vision of dry bones in Ezekiel. What appeared lifeless began to rise when truth was spoken and breath entered them. It symbolized restoration, identity, and renewal. Today, many are searching, questioning, and rediscovering truths that were once hidden or forgotten. That process resembles the same awakening described in that vision. When you look at everything together, the sign in the sky, the shaking on earth, and the awakening among people, you begin to see a pattern. The sky signals. The earth responds. People activate. This is not about domination or conflict between groups. It is about balance, restoration, and correction. Historically, systems built on injustice eventually fall, not always through force, but through the natural consequence of imbalance. At the same time, new opportunities emerge. New alignments form. Regions and communities previously overlooked begin to rise. This shift is visible not only spiritually, but economically and socially as well. However, awareness must be paired with action. Preparation matters. Managing resources wisely, reducing unnecessary burdens, and understanding changing trends are practical steps in uncertain times. The principle seen in ancient times still applies. Being aware, prepared, and aligned makes a difference. Ultimately, this moment is about recognition, understanding patterns, seeing connections. The red moon, the shifting world, and the awakening within people are not isolated events. They form a larger picture. And in that picture, every individual has a role.